What is going on, guys? It's your boy here again, Dean, and I'm going to be giving you guys Swordcraft. This is the deck that's all over ladder. It's like 95% of the ladder. There's Kagamitsu builds. There's Tentacle builds. There's Urius in some of them. You know, you really never know what you're going to see in Swordcraft. I've tried a lot of the builds. I actually don't enjoy this deck at all. But I do like this build the most. This is the one that I've had the most success with after testing like 7 different Swordcraft builds. I like this one. Here you go. Big QR code. There you go. Net decking done. And let's get in the card by card. Really talk about what I like about this build and my thoughts about the class in general. So, I mean, first up, if you guys have seen the other deck profiles, I've done like all the budget decks and back where, like the live stream that I did the day of the release. I am a firm believer. I still think that the idea of like only playing 2 drops that are really good to pull off the rows is kind of correct. But we're playing Prim, so I don't know. I can't really argue with it. The Prim has been okay. Like, it's been pretty good from time to time. The Nonya's been like a clutch card. We'll see it in the replays, but yeah, I had to put her in the deck. But first off, we're playing 3 Ignominious Samurai. It trades when we're behind, and it also, you know, can clear cards once we get Super Evos, including cards with Barrier. Very important, especially with Norman going around. Luminous Lance Trooper. We get a card that can trade and answers cards with Barrier, and they can give our Nonias Rush because Nonia's an officer, and basically any of our officers. Card like very flexible. It's like one of the very few very flexible cards in the game where if you're able to weave it in with other cards, it's going to be a huge asset for us. Okay, playing 2 Seria, very good, especially against aggro Abyss. Or maybe our opponent's got multiple cards with Barrier, like a Norman Evo's gone off. Seria is going to be able to like pop them a little bit, and then also is a good pull off of the Rose. Next up is Prim. We're playing 3 Prim. Obviously, it gives us Nonya. It has Ambush, and on Super Evolve, it gives all cards on our board +1/+1. Nonya is a 2-mana 2/2 ward that gets +1/+1 if Prim is on the board, and it also has Bane. So Nonya is a pretty overloaded card. Officer as well, combos with our officer support. The Ambush is pretty nice. It means that we can like greet her down turn 1 and then use her how we see fit. This list only plays 1 Hound of War. I guess the idea, I mean, let's be honest, unless it's enhanced 6 to get 3 of them, it's not the best clear, right? Because it doesn't leave a body up, and if we're not leaving a body up, it means our opponent gets to leave a body up for us, which means that we have to like trade in our Zirconia into it. Like, right, like, we want to be in control of the board. This clears something. It doesn't really control the board, though. So, instead we're playing Triple Valse, who also has not only the ability to hit something for 5, being able to maybe snipe an Anna Gray that was unevolved behind the ward, but also enhanced 6, we're going to get +2/+2 in Ambush, being able to set up lethal lines in the late game, or maybe just, like, drop this down, clear something, and now be like, if you don't AoE, you lose, but if you AoE, you didn't put up pressure, and then I can do my bigger play, right? 3 Rose, I mean, fantastic card. If the enemy follower's damaged, gets destroyed as Rush, and enhance 5, we're going to be able to get a card from our deck and make it cost 0, either to use immediately in order to chip their card, or being able to hold it for like bigger plays in the later game. Triple Zirconia. I mean, if you see 2 of them back-to-back, turn 4 and 5, you win the game. That's kind of why it's in there. It's the only way we can end games fast. As the game goes on, it does get less value, but sometimes, you know, getting that big board is very important. 2, I know I normally hate, like, 2 ofs, because it's like, if a card is good, shouldn't you play 3 of it? But these, like, sword games are so grindy that I kind of do like the 2 ofs, to be honest. I'm really sorry. I know. The Luminous Magus, it summons 3 Steel-clad Knights. This can be your, like, if the board is open and you have the option of Zirconia, sometimes it's better to just Luminous pass, and then if something lives, then we're going to be Zirconia evoing. Maybe with, like, the 2-drop guys to be able to just, like, completely hose our opponent. The wards are nice, but, like, needs to be, like, an open game state for it, right? It needs to be, like, open game state your turn. 2 Alberts. I think this card sucks ass if it's not enhanced 9. It's simple as. We're playing 2 so we can see it. But not 3 because we don't want to be slamming Albert on 5. Simple as. We're playing 3 Amelias because this keeps our hand up. And we're a very grindy deck. We're a very slow deck. And we're going to hope to not have to heal through simple fact that we're going to be controlling the board. And if our opponent is hitting us, it means they're not dealing with our board. So Amelia is going to be helping us keep up the hand throughout the game. 3 Gildaria. You know, new card, Rally 20. I love this card. I think this card's unbelievably strong. Probably the best card in the set. Not even close. Whenever another follower enters the field, deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. And whenever it evolves, summon 2 Steel-clad Knights and give them rush. Tick up 5, literally going second. Going to 6. You can, like, wipe the board with this if you have to. Same board as Zirconia would make. So it's, like, not bad on curve. And then as the late game goes on, you can completely grind someone out that's playing a slower deck that's trying to grind you out. And you say, no, no, no. You're stuck here with me. 2 Olivia's gives us a little bit of heal. Gives us, you know, big Super Evo plays. But, like, in this deck, because you have the guy that, the little samurai guy that has Bane, you're able to, like, drop this thing down and not have to Super Evo it to be able to clear something, and then get a little bit of heal, just a little bit of heal to keep you out of range in those important matchups. 2 Odins, because Odin is sometimes good. It's kind of like Albert, right? If your opponent's got, like, 1 or 2 things on board, you can get him in, boom, hit 4. He's good. If not, he's kind of shit. So playing 2 because we don't like to be bricked on the 3rd. We don't even like to have 2 of them in hand. We want to have 1. And then the rest. And the same thing with Gino. Gino, it's like, you know, he's good like once a game, maybe. You don't want to be like having to play Gino turn after turn after turn. So we're just playing 2. Also, we don't really have a lot of space. You know, we got the Odins. Odin and Gino, kind of similar. 1 hits face. 1 can clear 2 things. And then we're playing 3 Amalia, the Lux Steel Paladin. Because, yeah, it's Rally 5 on a single card. It summons a ton of stats. And it trades up. It's like the same clear as a Gino, but it's a lot more modular, and it's a lot better on an empty board. So we're playing 3 of it. And then, yeah, let's get into the little chart here. Oh, that was from the Abyss one. Let's clear that off. That's right. I've been playing a bit today so I could get some more deck profiles out. Getting the games is so hard, though. Let's do that. Okay, let's talk about the matchups. Kind of like doing this part. I think sword into... let's get this one out of the way. Sword into sword, miserable. That's a 30-minute game. Need this. There we go. That's like a 30-minute game. Miserable. Notice that every deck is good into Dragon. Dragon is pretty bad this format. I think against Control Abyss, I think we tend to be unfavored. And against Wardhaven, I think we tend to be unfavored here. Portal, I'm going to put us as... I think a good Portal player has no reason losing. I think a good Artifact player has no reason losing to a Sword player. Like, in most scenarios. I think it's, like, really hard for you to scam them. I think it's, like, really, really hard for you to scam a good Portal player. If they're, like, playing, like, Alouettes and they're playing for the clear. But I think I've also, like... If they're playing for the clears, it's hard for them to get the wards. It's like kind of hard for them to develop. I'm going to say this one's about 50-50. There's like hands that do it and hands that don't. Rune. I was like really positive into Sword as Rune, I think. Let me actually check this match history real quick. I'm gonna put that I'm gonna put this Rune matchup as pretty fucking terrible. They're gonna heal out of range of everything you do if they're on the right list. So I think this is like a pretty bad matchup for you. Now Roach, I think you should. You don't have healing. You get chipped down. You lose this one too. It looks worse than Aggro Abyss. Okay. And this is this down arrow is for Control Abyss. I think Control Abyss. I think that Aggro Abyss is like a lot less real. Is that really the Sword matchup chart, bro? This is fucking half the ladder. But I think that's about right. So like the idea is that Fairy, when you play against Fairy with Sword, they are going to be able to control the board. Like a large amount. They have like the Glade to be able to clear, and then they get in a couple chip damage with like the Arias or the Roaches, right? Like they're able to like set up the Roach lethal pretty easily against you, and they have a lot of tools to be able to like clear the board. Though I guess you have your ward spam. Ward spam doesn't matter against Roach though. They're gonna be able to clear on the turn that matters. Hopefully, and then you don't have a lot of heal, but I guess you do. You know, I'm gonna retcon this. I think that this is probably wrong, and I'm willing to admit it. I think my initial thought here is wrong, that you're unfavored into Forest. I lost the matchup though, and I'm the best player, but I think it is like a little bit slower. So we'll keep it this way. I think this is pretty close. You're gonna lose to Rune because Rune has like way too much healing. They have the AoE. If they're on the Earthright build, they're going to be able to like AoE the board, heal a ton, pressure you with Edelweiss, clear your board. Anna Gray is going to be a house. Kuwan's going to keep you off of lethal. And then they have an OTK in the back pocket while you're like fishing for 12 damage off an Albert while having to continuously clear their board. They're just a little too good for you. Dragon sucks. Control Abyss has a lot of really grindy cards. They have heal in the Gensetsu, and they have heal in the Gensetsu and the Cerberus, and they also can threaten lethal with the Cerberus. So they're gonna put down like sticky followers that are like hard for you to kill, and like the rotting zombie guy, or they have the 6-drop. And then if you don't have the right answers on curve, the Cerberus is gonna kill you. If you do spend the mana to kill those cards, now you're in a weird position where the Cerberus is gonna come down, heal them up. Albert's never going to be lethal. It's going to be a super grindy game. You can win it, but it's going to be rough. It's going to be rougher for you than it is for them. It's going to demand more things from you than it is from them. Wardhaven, obviously, if they get down the Wilbert, your Albert is like actually unplayable forever. And it's going to be very difficult for you to peel off a full Aether board. And then Portalcraft, I gave it the benefit of the doubt that maybe you can tempo them down. Puppets is going to have a ton of removal, with Orcus tapping you down in 2 turns. And then the other build is going to be Artifact. If Artifact player isn't greedy with the betas, they can make alphas and gammas. I think it's double. They do single alpha, double gamma, and then they just grind you into the dirt. They're going to be able to AoE your board every single turn, and then eventually you're just going to run out of cards, and they're going to have deep draw their entire deck because they're going to use the Flight of Icarus on the card. So it's like a pretty miserable matchup, but you can sometimes just win. So yeah, that's my matchup chart. Is it right? I think it is, but it'll show you some games and then go from there. First up is we're only doing 2 games on this one. This is a miserable deck to play on ladder, by the way. I can't believe so much of the ladder is like the Sword deck. because it is a long game. So let's get strapped in. If you want to see some gameplay, we got a lot. I decided to keep the Magus. Don't ask why. I thought like going first, it's like our best play because it summons a bunch of guys. I think it's our best play going on turn 5. And it's not like we can tick up, so we see already the Luminous coming down, putting down the pressure of the Knight, but we have the Nonya. And we have the Prim to be able to get the Nonya. Which gets cleared with the Seria. Very unfortunate for us. Now we're in a little bit of a bad spot. I decided to develop the Vals to be able to clear the 2-1, leaving him with 2-1 attack followers. Which he decides to do the correct play, which is leave up these two. And thankfully, I have the Nonya in the pocket to be able to not only clear the 2-1, but then also clear the 1-2. Because the Luminous is going to give the Nonya rush. And now Zirconia is going to come down, filling our opponent's board with cards. And being left with 4 attack. Now I'm pretty happy I kept this Luminous. Because it's going to summon all of these Knights. Being able to clear up the Zirconia board. While also maintaining us 2 followers on board. They're very, like, low-statted followers. But we have the initiative, at least. And our opponent's going to be responding with Luminous as well. And then, obviously, what's the most annoying thing on our board? Our ability to get rushed. It's going to give us the best chance of clearing his board. But we have Gildaria. Dude, she's so good. Evo. Not even Super Evo. She is able to clear the board. So it's going to be summoning 2 Knights with Rush, popping the board, and we're going to keep the Knights up so we have the biggest board possible. His response? His own. His own Gildaria. Which is very annoying for us because he has the Super Evo as well, which means he doesn't really have to lose a follower here. He gets to just leave us a full board that we have to respond to. Something we don't really want to have to do. I play down the rows to see what we get, and I was actually a little annoyed. I wanted a card that would do damage, like maybe like the Seria, but instead we get the guy with Bane, so we're able to kill the 7/7. We leave the 2-1 up because I feel like we need to preserve our Super Evos, especially with the Olivia. And yeah, I play down the Olivia. I draw 2 Amelias. I'm like, okay, the hand's pretty heavy. Get super lucky with the Seria. Because now we're not in, we're not really pressured by what our opponent has, but we have to remove this, otherwise we get put into Albert range. So, now here we are in open game state. What's our opponent going to be doing? And we see the worst play ever from my opponent, and that is they Super Evo the Zirconia. It was probably their only out. They're able to clear our board, but guess what? Now they don't have their Super Evo. And now I only have to play around 6 damage instead of 12. Once again, I am just trying to preserve my Super Evos. No, it's because they Super Evo'd. Yeah, that's right. Because they Super Evo'd, I said I can also not Super Evo. I have to Super Evo as well to clear. But now we're in a Super Evo-less game, but my hand is double Amalia. It's got Odin's. It's got Vals. We are strapped in and ready to grind. Turn 9... we see the complete board wipe. I'm assuming that's all that they had in hand. And now it's quite the sticky situation. We've got a lot of like stats on the board, the Odins. But this Luxsteel Paladin is going to be able to trade all the way up into that. And then also clear the Bane so that maybe my Amalia is going to be a little bit safe. And the answer, it's not really. It's just going to summon more. Thankfully, the trading on his part means he just gets 2 extra wards. And guess what clears the exact amount of health on the board? And that's, yeah, our own Amalias. We're just trading Amalias right now. And now we have the initiative as well. Our opponent has a 3-card hand. But they have another Amalia. What do you know? What an amazing deck to be playing. So now we got the Luminous, we got the Albert, and I'm like, okay, we gotta make something happen. We gotta play down this Albert, get a little bit of damage, clear the Amalia. Hopefully he doesn't have a third. Plays down the Olivia. I'm like, bro, every fucking card, dude. How do you have a hand like that? I guess my hand looks like that too. But yeah, that's all he does. So guess what? We get to actually play down the Valse. I go for the Valse instead because it's got the ambush. And the Odin has Storm. And if he has like Urias or something, right, we would instantly lose. So I want to keep that. We see Albert, which is able to clear our ward. And he also has to kill the Zirconia. I think he could have like threatened a face race there, but he decided not to. We're able to get Prim. We keep the Nonya in hand. We keep everything in hand. Right now, we're getting to the point in the game where if he plays something and I can't out it, I instantly lose. And we see the Band of the Battle Princess being able to remove our card. And so he's got 3 cards on board. He's got 2 cards on board. Once again, we're in the late part of the game. Putting up a little bit of pressure here with the dogs. Didn't want to trade both. So use the Seiryotennan to be able to clear. And now... that's why we kept some cards. The Amalia's coming down. It's going to be clearing up our board. He finally uses his tick up. Maintaining 3 wards and the 6/6 trying to end the game. But guess what? We are the luckiest player in the world. We managed to top deck our 2nd guild area to be able to clear up the board. Turn 16. You know, anyone's game. Odin coming down. Being able to banish our guild area. Prim as well. And then Odin hitting us down to 7. Now, I want to say right here. This was a misplay. This was a misplay on my part. If he plays Albert on this board state, I lose. If I had went... Luminous trade... trade the Knight, because right, his board was the card that I banished. Trade the Knight, Olivia, Nonya. I would be at 9 health and not in threat of Albert lethal. So I did misplay. I do want to say that. Could have been a little bit better. Didn't play as clean as I should have. But I went in for the pokes, and you know what? He didn't have the Albert. So we managed to like scum a W. That I think I played very poorly there at the end, but we still managed to get the W. Thankfully, we set up the lethal with the Odin. I wanted out of here, bro. It was like turn 17. You know how it is. This is a ladder game, bro. I'm not in a tournament, but yeah, the play was still sloppy. Could have been a little bit better. And we have Control Abyss. That's right. Sword is, you know, we're going to have a long game, so strap in. We have to play around a lot of stuff with Control Abyss. We see a hand, and I think, man, this hand's pretty good. We mulligan our 7-drop, we get an 8-drop. It is what the deck do. And we're getting right into the game, going first. Not a whole lot that has to go on. I'm seeing, is he aggro? Is he control? He didn't play any card. Okay, it looks like he's probably control. Just going to drop this thing down. It could be aggro. There's no way it's aggro. He would have ticked up. The Soiree comes down. He gets the cards. Mr. Skeletal coming down. And I think... yeah, Sarah is not very good in this matchup, but we're going to be able to clear the little Mr. Skeletal, put up a lot of pressure, maybe end the game early. Skeleton comes down, and I go, shit, dude, I kind of don't want this card on his board. So, gonna trade into it, use the Valse, try to maintain tempo on our side of the board. And I'm thinking right now, if he Aragaves and Evos, I'm in a bad spot. He plays down Aragave. Doesn't Evo. That means that our Zirconia is super good as a clear right now. And his response, and he could like then play Aragave as well, but then I have the Rose. So I feel like we're in a good spot now. Instead, we see the Hank and Jeff card and the Vuela for the full clear. Funny card he's playing, but it's like the filled out kind of. But I just look at this 2-2 on his board and I think, yeah, who cares? I want to develop the Amelia. I'll just trade into it because I don't really need the... I mean, the plus off of it's nice, but I think drawing 2 cards is more important right now. And now I'm left with this board. Which seems to get out by the Hank and Jeff. It's quite unfortunate, but now his board is the Sharon, the 1-1. I need to get rid of the Sharon, so I developed the Olivia. I'm not happy about it, but it's what I gotta do. And I'm double not happy about it. I added shit to my hand, so we have to go for the Super Evo with this because I want to maintain the Bane for cards like Medusa. I know this is going to be a very grindy matchup, and I don't want to evolve again after this, like, because I want to be able to clear with Albert eventually, but I just expect that I'm not going to be able to, like, end this guy anytime soon. We see Mukon come down. He gets the Bane. He gets the clear. So now I have a 1 health follower that I need to clear. And I also need to play around Cerberus, so I'm just going to drop the Amalia. Rally 5 to be able to get our rally count up. I think the rally count's at 16 currently. And yeah, we see Cerberus come down. Aggressive card. He's going to be trading a ghost. So that... Okay, by the way. For those who don't know, what you just saw there was, like, really fucking bad play. Why is that? Look at these on the board. And then he popped this. If you're in this situation, unless you specifically have Gensetsu and you want to be doing the Gensetsu for the full board of foxes, you want to maintain your Shadow Crypt on the board and, like, only use these for damage. Your first Serb should be used to, like... This play with summoning the 2 dogs is right. The difference is that these dogs should be traded in, and board should be the 9/9, the 3/2, and the Crypt still. So, just a little bit of advice for you guys. Just a little bit of advice for you guys. Instead, yeah, now he's got this board, and we have the clear. And but I want to get my rally up, because I still don't have my rally up at the moment. So, I'm, like, quite annoyed that I got this Snonya. I'm quite annoyed that I got this Prim off of my 5-drop. Because now I'm forced to double trade. I'm left up with a ward. I'm at 10 health. I'm not liking where I'm at. Especially since Cerberus is obviously, like, you know, very spooky for us. And we see our opponent gas themselves out of Super Evos. Which is like... I mean, look at their hand. Their hand doesn't look like... It looks like this is their play. But now we have the clear. We have Gildaria. We managed to hit the rally 20 because of the way we played last turn. And that means that, yeah, we just have a pretty nice clear. We're able to pop the zombies, play down the cards, trade the knights. We're left with the 4/4 and the 7/7 as well. And the 4/4 is threatening a lot. But our opponent, of course, has the Gensetsu that they're going to use for the pop and the heal. And then they're just putting down things. They want something to stick. And we just want something to stick as well. But we don't want to use our Super Evo because we need the Albert Lethal, maybe eventually. Or in order to respond to something. So we're also able to develop the Prim, who has ward but also ambush. It means they... she doesn't really do anything. She still just has ambush. Ward does not... Ambush takes precedence over ward. And then we see our opponent still able to clear our board with the Banes, with the Mukon. So they have the Mukon plus the Olivia, which we do need to clear. Luminous Lance Trooper coming in clutch, because I really don't want to have to develop the Gildaria unless it's specifically against... Yeah, I don't want to develop the Gildaria unless it's specifically against the second Yuzuki. And now we see the Medusa come down like we thought. It's going to be clearing down our entire board. This is why we have the Odin. But now Mr. Skeletal's pressuring us. Thankfully, we find a Seria off the top. So our Odin is going to be able to banish the Medusa, Seria, clean up the Mr. Skeletal, who is actually spooky as hell for us at this point, with as little life as we have. And our opponent only has the Sharon, which managed to summon the dog, which pushes face damage. And so now we're in a pretty bad spot, able to clear our guy as well. So now we have to Gildaria. It's our only play left to us. We need this to, like, end the games now. Just trade twice. I had the option to play the Luminous. I'm going to keep Luminous plus Nonya in case, like, a second Medusa comes down. Instead, we see Zombie plus Vuella. No actual clear. Albert clearing the game. It is like turn 14 or something. It is... What a miserable deck. But if you like it, there's your sword deck. Play clean, and you can probably get there against most classes. It's just going to take a while. If you like this one, smash that like button. Let me know what deck I should be showing off next. And until next time, this is your boy Dean, signing out.